Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Less Known Classics. This episode number 3010. And Doubleshot number 2904. We have a Superman trade and a Vampirella trade. Mainly because basically, well, in the case of the reason why I included Superman with Vampirella. Well, because basically, well, Superman has fought vampires before. That's the only reason why. Okay, so first up we have is Superman, World's Finest Comics. Archive Edition, Book 1. This collects New York's World's Fair, 1939-1940. Basically both issues. World's Best Comics 1, World's Finest Comics, number 2 to 16. The Specific 16 is not actually in here. So, mostly put for the New York World's Fair stuff. By the way, Superman's another feature in this book. We also have Zadara, Butch the Pup, West Side Salmon, and Ginger Snap. Basically, it just talked about the World's Fair. Believe it or not, my dad has actually been to the World's Fair. I think back in the 60s, he was actually there. Mostly put in the case of Super World's Fair, the World's Fair issues 39-40. It's basically just Superman deal with some gangsters at, like the first one, just deal with stories that happen after New York's World's Fair. And then they had the following year, which I don't think they did anymore after this one. Nope, they did 1939-1940. So let's go ahead with Lois Lane, and of course Rescue gets the damsel in distress. We even see Superman with a tiny, well, basically a costume people would know him for, except the S is very tiny. And then we start World's Best Comics, otherwise known as World's Finest. Basically, a lot of these is like Superman, standard golden age Superman. Him being a dick to people. Yes, that is his reputation. Excuse me. Yeah, that's basically Superman, Golden Age Superman's reputation. Because people know about Superman, all the crazy with him, it's all Silver Age. So the Golden Age, yeah, a lot of the time when he's Superman, he's a complete dick. He would coerce confession of people. By the way, he find a villain called Quicksand here. Yes, Quicksand. He would say Lois Lane multiple times in these issues. We'll also do with various gangsters and one-shot characters. Goes on a cruise ship and goes all over the place for his job. I like the act comics feel like very serialized. Here, just a series of stories. Yeah, and him, of course, basically like saving Lois multiple times in these issues. And with him, like, one point he had this weird moment here where a guy is basically dragging his bed. But basically, he's kidnapped by his other guys, and there's a bit of racist stereotype here with this Native American character. Yeah. So yeah, you would think basically at some point they would include some war stories in here. Nope, it's still Superman taking on crooked cops, gangsters, a robot. Yes, a robot. He does find an action villain here named Quicksand. He fights him in one issue. There's a bit of gambling in some of these issues, but still, the stories are good, except the Superman's a complete dick. I give these issues roughly 9 out of 10. Next up we have is, this might surprise you, the fact this comic came out. Like, I had no idea. There was something like, wait, Seriously? Diamond published this? Dark Shadows Vampirella. Yes. Those of you curious, who the heck is this guy? His name is Barnabas. He is from the soap opera Dark Shadows. And from what I heard, when he was out of the show, because I heard initially the show was not very popular at the time, but then when he was out of the cast, the show became immensely popular at the time. So much so we had a movie adaptation, which featured Johnny Depp as a character. Now, does this comic anything to do with the movie? No, not really. But this book's written by Mark Andrago, art by Patrick Brechtower and Jose Molina. Mostly put, it is basically just... Now, there's a little bit of Dracula in here, because, of course, Vampirella has a long history with Dracula. At one point, these two got married, and then she murdered him. Because a lot of his first focus on Barnabas, where he is just killing people in the past. Oh, by the way, the main villain of this miniseries is not Barnabas. Oh no, it's... I kid you not, it is... Like, they call this person the Big Al Butcher, and it's Carmella. Carmella, the lesbian vampire. Yeah, by the way, Barnabas does not encounter... Because first he basically gets Barnabas by himself until he encounters Vampirella at the end of issue 1. Where apparently the artist basically is like, give her a 6-pack. And issue 5, there's also some alternate timeline stuff here. Oh yeah, and also, I kind of forgot she can do. She can also grow wings out of her arms so she can fly. I think that I think this guy here is supposed to be the original actor who portrayed Barnabas in the TV show. Which I've heard the special effect became vampire was... I've seen the clip. It looks so goofy compared to how it was done in the movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where you have this like, I know not my love, you are. Yeah, where Carmella proceeds to rip this woman's shirt open and bite her neck and swallow her blood. And then we throw in the Wolf Man and a Tiger Man. You're like, really? Yeah, and by the way, this Wolfman here looks a lot like Lawrence Talbot, a.k.a. Lon Chaney Jr. Yeah, and also Carmella, like, when she's fighting Vampirella, it's like, oh, sweet, I can't wait to teach. Like, look at her face, like, no. Yeah, at one point we had this one guy in the book who spends a lot of time butt naked. Oh, actually, yeah, I think he's the Wolfman. He walks on butt naked. They puts on a towel because of the steam room. Carmella proceeds to bite all these women. Like, which one you want? Like, putting these towels because of the steam room. No clothing, a robe or a towel. I'll be cast out Olympus. And you see Vampirella puts on a robe, and you see the other girl just puts on just a towel covering the bottom half. And you have the Wolfman just, oh, how I look. It's so funny. You have Barnabas in a robe too, which is funny. And then we have this other woman who proceeds to, I think she's the Tiger Girl. She just takes the Wolfman, takes her to a private room, and they proceed to do it. And it's like disgusting. And of course, yeah, because apparently in this place, Olympus, apparently people are allowed to have sex whenever they feel like it. And we have like Vampirella and Barnabas just next to each other, covered in blood. Barnabas says Anguilla, and then of course Vampirella says Dracula. Like, I will kill you. And we have a bunch of women, basically people running away butt naked. We had the police running, and we have Vampirella and Barnabas fight each other for a bit. Like, call them freaks. Yeah, she doesn't kill him per se, but she does proceed to throw in a pool. Yes. There's a reporter who looks suspiciously like Jim Gordon from Batman. Yeah. I gotta admit, this book was a lot of fun reading it. And of course, basically, like, also at one point, basically, Carmilla gets covered by a cross and she proceeds to heal herself, no problem. I think it was separate ways, and they're never seen again. And of course, basically, you go whistling, like, you would think, presumably, like, oh, by the time basically the book ends, we might get a follow-up. Not really, no. If you're curious, how long did this come out? This came out in 2013, believe it or not. Yeah. Like, almost 12 years ago this book came out. It's still really good. Yeah. Who would have thunk, though? A soap opera and a comic book of original published in black and white. And I kind of get the reason why they decided to team up. They both debuted in the 60s. Though he debuted on TV and she debuted in a black and white comic book. Though people tend to forget about Vampirella. She's a vampire, yes, but she's an alien vampire. Where like her oceans are covered in blood, or basically dripped in blood. So that's why basically I think her planet is called Lilith, I think it is. The name of her whole planet. She just comes to the Earth and never goes back. I think it's in flashbacks to the planet I've seen in the Dynamite stuff, but I've never seen her go back to the planet. I don't think she says how to go back there. As a matter of fact, her sister's name is Lilith. There's even a clone of her who claims she's the real Vampirella, even though she really isn't. Do I plan to be more Vampirella stuff? Oh yes, definitely. But yeah, that's pretty much it, particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit that dislike button. Next up is Doctor Who. Okay, next video. Bye.